Welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. Do you recognize me? Here, maybe this will help. There. Do you recognize me now? Feels like it's been a long time since I've been sitting directly in front of the camera. We just finished our playthrough of the Lord of the Rings card game, but there were a couple questions that came up. Actalion wanted to know about cards that have the effect Guarded. Now, we didn't see any of those in our playthrough, but they do exist in the core set. When you draw a guarded card from the encounter deck and place it in your staging area, you have to draw an additional encounter card, and then that kind of attaches to the guarded card. So if you drew an enemy card, that enemy would guard the card and be attached to it. So when that enemy then leaves the staging area, say to come down and engage you, the guarded card comes with it. And once you defeat that enemy, then there's usually action on the guarded card's text that will tell you how to claim it. Now, if you'd drawn a location card, and that was the card that would guard the guarded card, then you would have to resolve that location. You'd have to travel to that location, and once you resolve it, then you could fulfill the action card on the guarded card and then collect it. Now, if you drew a threat card, then you would just resolve the threat, and the threat would be discarded, and then you just have to perform the action on the guarded card to claim it. So hopefully that makes sense. I know you're not seeing it in action, but hopefully that gives you an idea of how it works. There's another kind of card that's called a Doomed card, and usually it will have a number with it, so Doomed 2. This card is pretty simple. When you draw that Doomed card, you just look at the number beside it, and whatever that number is, that's how much your threat level increases. I also had a question from Cartoons 80s 90s. He wants to know, how long does it take me to edit and prepare one of these episodes? Well, first off, thanks for showing an interest. It varies quite a bit. Now, when I was doing the Mansions of Madness series, on a good day, if there weren't too many corrections to make, then I could probably record and edit an episode within an hour. Wrath of Ashardalon was a little more than that, but the Lord of the Rings has definitely been the longest process. The last episode that we just did, that one took me about just a little over 3 hours to do. And I would say that's about right. Like, for every episode that was 15 minutes, it took me about 3 hours to film and then edit and then re-edit, and then, put in the sliding text and some of that stuff. It might surprise you, but I actually film a lot more than the 15 minutes of content that you see. Because I'm maybe making a decision, or I'm saying something and I don't feel like I'm being clear enough, so I'll go through it and try to re-say it and find the most efficient way of getting the information across in the least amount of words while still being clear. Sometimes that will result in a lot of edits having to be made. A lot. Oh yes, and one other thing you might notice, if you're watching the playthroughs of my videos for the Lord of the Rings series, the way I laid out my gaming area is different than what they show you in the book. And really, the way it is in the book is a good way of doing it, especially if you have 2 players. Again, no major differences, but something to take note of. So that wraps up the questions. Thanks so much again for watching. Thanks for all your feedback in the channel, all the comments. Yes, pointing out the rules errors. We really appreciate that. It helps us, because it allows us to correct mistakes, and then future viewers get to benefit from that. So thank you guys for all the time that you take, because I know you've got a lot going on. You're probably subscribed to a lot of different channels, but you make an effort to post in our channel. I really appreciate that. And even yesterday, when YouTube was being wonky and comments weren't being accepted, people were sending me personal emails to let me know about some rules problems, and I truly, truly appreciate that. I also want to thank our executive producers of this series. These are people who have submitted money to our PayPal account to help sponsor this show. Thank you very much. It really helps keep us going here. And, in particular, when I head down the stairs to come down and make one of these videos, it makes my wife's eyebrows raise just a little less, knowing that there may be a couple of donations coming through. So listen, if you want to be an executive producer, send your donation to watchitplayed@live.com. Don't forget, we've got another video series around the corner for Small World. I'm really looking forward to this. It's a different game than what we've done before. It's fully competitive. So Andrea and Luke are going to be competing along with you guys to see who can dominate in Small World. I hope you guys come back for that. I am going to be taking a couple of days off from making videos. I just need to kind of recuperate and recharge my batteries, but I will see you then.